Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's story is an interesting one, so like and subscribe for more. We see two college kids talking about their fellow students who are half dinosaurs and half human. His friend tells him that they are a couple of velociraptors and then clicks a pic of them. They go on while the dino girls talk and explains a theory about them. He tells his friend that the theory is dinosaurs had to cope with their environment, so they eventually evolved into the dinosaurs that they have today. He explains that most dinosaurs live a peaceful life, yet some still have their primal instincts to hunt. They laugh a bit and he asks if they will ever see one primal dinosaur one day. This backfired as later that night he gets cornered by a T-Rex Dino girl known as Churio. He thinks to himself that he should not take out the trash in the middle of the night. Churio growls at him, but he just stands there asking what she wants. She finds this weird and asks why he is not scared of her, and if he finds her scary or not. He tells her that he does not find her scary at all. Churio is amazed and is flushed, saying that no one has acted that way with her and that she has always scared others. He tells her that maybe how she appears shocked them more. He wipes some drool off her face, which makes her think that why he is not sacred of her, since she is one of the scariest dinosaurs in the world. She tells him that he is not leaving without a scream and lets out one huge roar. Just then a cat approached them, which scared the boy into Churio's arms. She is shocked, thinking that a simple cat scared him this much, while she could not even get a scream out of him. She takes the cat away with her tail and tells him to go away. He thanks her for taking it away, but she yells at him. He tells her that she should not be roaming around alone at night since she is a girl. She tells him that she is a T-Rex and is not afraid of anyone. He finds it cute and introduces himself as Yuma. He tells her that such a cute girl out at night is dangerous, so she should take care. Churio feels shy after being called cute. She yells at him that she is not cute but scary, which makes Yuma even more happy. Churio feels sad since she could not scare him. Just then, Yuma has an idea and acts. Churio notices and sees Yuma in a corner crying for help. He acts being scared to make her happy. He thinks that maybe this way she will cheer. Churio feels happy and hugs Yuma while biting on his head. Yuma is happy, thinking that she is just an emotional girl. The next day, Yuma tells his friend that he got into a mix-up with a T-Rex girl and explains what happened. His friend tells him that T-Rex are always a piece of work, which Yuma agrees on. He tells her that her name was Churio and that she had no sense of being modest with a short temp but acted like a little girl, which confuses his friend. Yuma thought she was super cute, while his friend could not understand if he was complimenting her or calling her names. Later on, Yuma met Churio again, who was digging through some trash. Yuma asks why she is going through the trash, to which she replies that she is not just going through trash, but in fact, she is recycling. She tells him that everyone just throws away the trash instead of just sorting them, so she is sorting the plastics and metals. Yuma finds this weird and thinks that she is very responsible. She throws away some things while Yuma offers her the ice cream that he was eating. Churio asks if it is really oak and takes a bite of it. He then tells her that his work shift is about to start, and so he has to leave. Churio grabs him using her tail and asks him where he lives. He tells her that he lives at Tokage Mansion. Churio finds his place and as a gesture for yesterday leaves him a gift. Yuma in the morning finds when opening his door finds piles of fish skeletons. Somewhere else, Churio's friend tells her that she got so much money for just sitting in an old man's lap, which does not amuse Churio at all. She tells Churio that she could put on some clothes, but Churio says that they are pain and get in the way. Her friend tells her even though she is a Cretaceous, she has some goo assets, and that she should use them to hustle some money. She advises him to hug a man and then he will beg for her. She had hugged him, which led Yuma to a hospital as his arm broke. His friend asks if this way a way of torture, all while Churio saw from afar. Later on, Yuma shows his friend a teddy bear. His friend taunts him for using a bear to sleep, but Yuma explains to him that he is thinking of giving this bear to Churio as a gift since it is not that expensive and maybe it will make her happy. But this backfires as Churio rips the teddy bear's head off. Yuma thought about this in the classroom as well. He decided to give her another present and buys some clothes for her. He tells her that she brought something good for her, so she eats the present and tells him that it's sweet but not that good. Yuma tells her that you are not supposed to eat clothes. She spits it out and tells her that clothes are no good. He tells her that not everything goes inside the mouth. She yells at him for not bringing something good. Yuma, while going back in the rain, notices Churio standing alone in the rain. Churio is shocked seeing him and asks what he is doing here. Yuma asks why she had not gone inside since it's raining. She tells him that this puppy is alone in the rain and that she is using her tail to keep him dry. She tells him that the puppy is small and might catch a cold if he gets too wet. Yuma understands and finds it cute. Just then, the shop owner steps outside. She tells them that she is about to close up and has to bring the puppy, which was garden ornament, inside. This shocks Churio as she had been soaking for so long thinking it was real. Yuna laughs as the owner takes the ornament back in. Churio picks him up and hits him, thinking that he will forget this embarrassing moment. They return at Yuma's place as Churio's dress was all wet, so she wears Yuma's shirt. Yuma tells her that she must have caught the cold due to her constant sneezing. Churio says that she is not some weak dinosaur and that she does not get cold. She gets made and starts hitting the broom. Yuma calls a doctor and books an appointment for Churio. The next day at the clinic, a boy does not want to get the shot and wants to go home. Just then, Churio rushes out yelling that she does not want to get stabbed by the needles. The doctor and Yuma hold her down, which makes the boy a bit shocked since he did not want to be dragged in like Churio. The doctors pin down Churio on the tables and prepared a needle. She asks Yuma if she feels get hurt and if it hurts like a dinosaur's bite. Yuma tells him that it won't hurt at all and that he will hold her hand and tell her when she's about to get the needle. Yuma was clueless as she had been pricked with the needle 3 times already and had not felt a thing. The doctor tells an injured Yuma that she will be fine within a week. Yuma takes her home and thinks that he has school tomorrow and cannot take care of her. The next day, he tells Churio that he is heading out and that she should rest up. Churio grabs him by his shirt and asks why he is going to class. He tells her that he will be back in the afternoon. Churio agrees to let him go and asks him to shake on it. She tells him that he has to promise that he will come back. Yuma understands that she wants a pinky swear and agrees to come back. She grabs his pinky tightly as Yuma does not understand why. She looks him dead in the eyes. Yuma tells him that he will definitely come back since he pinky promised. He tells her to let him go, otherwise he will miss school. Some days later, while going out, Yuma notices a quarrel between some people. Yuma thinks maybe it's some kind of insurance fraud in order to blackmail the person. He looks at them as the man yells at Churio to pay his hospital bill. Yuma sees that it's Churio and runs to help her. The man yells at Churio, saying that she is huge and her tail broke her arm. Even Yuma notices this as Churio explains that it was an accident. Churio tells Yuma that this guy is just creating a scene since she only just nudged him. Yuma tells him that he should get that arm checked out, but the guy feels offended. He takes out his phone and threatens them that he knows a guy who knocked out many classmen and that he will teach them a lesson. Yuma thinks that it would be better to call an ambulance. Someone picks up the call and it's none other than Yuma himself. This shocks the man, thinking that if that really is the Yuma he knew. Yuma feels awkward as well, while Churio thinks that they both are really weird. Yuma tells Churio to go away while he deals with the situation, but she does not seem to budge. Yuma then throws a meat bun and asks her to fetch, which she instinctively does. They go to the hospital and the guy asks if he really is Yuma. He says that he did not recognize him. He can't believe that he is the same Yuma who filled a classroom with kids he beat up. The man wants to take a picture for memory, but Yuma asks him to stop. Yuma asks him what his name was, but this kind of hurt him. He tells him that he is Shima, who used to bring him smokes every day. Yuma mistakes him for a guy who he ate ramen with. Shima feels even more embarrassed since he did not remember him. Later on, Shima gets patched up and Yuma asks him if he does not tell anyone about his school thug life, especially the T-Rex girl. This makes Shima mad, and he says that horrid T-Rex girl did not even apologize. This makes Yuma a bit mad, and he grabs Shima, who is in rage. Later on, when Churio gets back, Yuma introduces Shima to her and tells her that they are friends. He asks her to make up with each other. Churio is confused and asks why Shima looks more banged up than before. Yuma laughs while Shima says it's nothing to worry about. Churio and Trika meet, and she asks why Churio's clothes are so torn since she only owns that. She offers Churio her old clothes, since these ones are about to fall apart. Trisha shows her more clothes to pick from and suggests one of her favorites. Churio likes one as well since it's a zipper and she can open the front as well. Trika likes Churio's look and suggests she wear some jewelry as well. She gets up on a stool and picks out some jewelry, to which Shiro asks why she hangs it so high. Trika tells her that she did it because of her, since she thinks they are food, which pisses Churio. She tells Trika that she is not a kid anymore and that now she can easily reach them on her own. They go out shopping and Churio asks if she has to buy this much stuff. Trix tells her that her nails are tattered as well and she should clean them as well for a good impression. Just then, Yuma appears and asks who the other Dino girl is. Churio is holding a metal file as if she was a murderer. Churio tells him that she just borrowed it from a friend. Yuma tells her that a nail file for a dinosaur looks very intimidating. Trika asks if Yuma is one of Churio's friend. Yuma introduces himself and Trika is happy to meet him. Trika decides to tease Churio and asks if Yuma is her boyfriend, to which Churio denies anything like it. Trix says then it's fine for her to approach Yuma for a date, which pisses Churio off. Churio calls Trika a ditcher since she had promised to go eat shawarma, but now she is leaving her, so she starts to cry. Trika says that she was just joking around. They all head out to eat and get shawarma. Yuma cleans up Churio, who is drooling seeing the meat. Trika asks Yuma that he should make Churio behave better, but Yuma tells her that he finds her cute. Yuma then asks Churio to see who can eat faster, and they start. Churio eats hers in one whole bite, then Yuma slowly enjoys his own. Churio thinks that she did not even savor the flavor, and both Yuma and Trika laugh at her. Later on, Churio says that they should head home, and Yuma asks where she lives. She tells him that she lives in an abandoned factory. Yuma asks Churio that she should stay at his place again, which intrigues Trika, who thinks that did she sleep at his place before. Yuma tells Churio that her place is a bit too dinky and hard to sleep in, so he will try to make it comfortable. Churio suggests they should go and sleep at the park as it's super comfy, but Yuma tells her that comfortable does not mean sleeping outside. They head to Yuma's place and Churio falls asleep on the futon. Yuma enjoys her sleeping but thinks that would it be odd to sleep next to her. Just then Churio wakes up stating that she is cold. She grabs Yuma's leg and pulls him inside. Even Yuma feels warm wrapped by her tail. A few days later they head out to help Shima set up balloons, but he feels hesitant to ask Yuma that did they really need Churio to help with the balloons. Churio says that it is easier with more people and that in return, she wants something good. Shima says that the job is simple, so it should be fine, just when Churio tells him that her balloon popped. He yells at her saying that she could not do a simple job. Churio hits him with her tail for being rude. Shima tells Yuma that she will be hard to work with and asks Yuma to do something. Yuma tells Shima to apologize, which makes Shima wonder if anyone is on his side. Shima calls his friend and blames him for being stucker with Churio, but his friend tells him that Dino girls bring in customers, so it is good. Shima tells him that he does not know this Dino girl who is all brawn and has no brain. Yuma overhears this and asks who he is referring to. Shima is shocked, hesitates, and thinks that Yuma might kill him, but Yuma agrees with him, saying that he understands Churio better than he thought, which makes Shima wonder if Yuma is alright or not. Later on, Shima tells Yuma that she needs to do better. Yuma helps her make a good smile to attract customers. Churio says that Shima can't do anything good either since he can't smile well. But Shima quickly makes a cute face and smiles to welcome customers. This shocks both Yuma and Churio, thinking that was super weird. Churio later is lost in thought, thinking about why Yuma had to pull her face so much, all while someone is trying to get her attention. Churio looks over with a grudging smile and asks what she wants. She wanted a balloon but got scared. Churio knows that she messed up as the girl began to cry and ran off. The girl then approaches Yuma and asks for a balloon, which Yuma gives with a smile. Churio tries to replicate that smile. She goes to Yuma and asks him to teach her how to smile. She grabs him as he tells her that she must think of something that makes her happy. She tries it, and just then, a girl approaches and asks for a ballon, but Yuma tries to smile thinking of meat, but she gives off a terrifying smile which scares the girl away, thinking she will get eaten. Yuma sneezes and Churio asks if he is ok. He got the cold, so Churio hugs him to warm him up. She tells him that she does not do this for just anyone and that he should be grateful. Shima comes to tell them about their break, but sees Yuma being crushed by Churio, who thinks she's incubating him, but in fact he is suffocating. Later on, Shima thanks them for their help while Churio nibbles on Yuma's head. Shima thinks that huge Dino girls are always a problem and that she made him super tired. Shima thinks that rumors of Dino girls being hot is just a lie. Just then, a Dino girl walks into Shima, which makes him angry, and he yells at her. It was none other than Trika who apologizes. Shima is shocked to see such a kind and beautiful Dino girl and thinks that she is an angel. Later on, Trika mentions Churio, that some dumb oaf bought her dinner and some jewelry as well. The next day, Trika is shocked at what she sees and asks Churio if that is for Yuma. Churio is embarrassed and tells her that it's only as a thanks she's seen holding a garbage can with a bow on it, which she intends to give to Yuma for all the things he has done for her. Trika tells her that her thought is good, but choice of gift is not. Trika suggests that if she really wants to thank him, then she better give him something good and suggests some homemade food. Churio thinks about it and watches a cooking show on one of the TVs in the shop. Just then, Yuma sees her and heads over. He approaches her from behind and covers her eyes. He asks her to guess who it is. Churio is a bit shocked and looks at Yuma with a death stare. Yuma apologizes, but then Churio grabs him and sets off to his home for a quick cooking session. Upon reaching there, he asks if she will really cook for him. Churio agrees and tells him that she will be making chicken and egg rice. Yuma is grateful but still thinks that she just saw the recipe and it might get messy. Yuma tells her that they need ingredients first, so they must stop by the grocery store first. Yuma says that they need eggs, but Churio cuts him off, saying that she will lay the eggs, and it's better since they will be organic, but Yuma does not agree. So they head to the grocery store and find some meat, but end up talking smack to one other Dino girl who grabbed the same meat as Churio. Yuma asks her to let it go since they can buy another one, but they quarrel and start fighting. Yuma watches from afar and Churio ends up winning. They take the meat, which is not in good shape, to the cashier. They head home and start. Churio thinks that the secret ingredient was love, so she hugs and says cute things to the onion. Yuma is happy to see her having fun. She keeps on saying cute things, but as the onion gives off some smell, she gets irritated and starts destroying the onion, which shocks Yuma as he questions what happened to all the love. Churio lists some bizarre ingredients and Yuma looks at her and smiles as Churio asks what he is smiling at. Yuma tells her that it's a first for him seeing a girl come over and cook for him. Churio says that it's her first time cooking as well, which shocks Yuma a bit since she will be using fire, and it might be more than a safety hazard. A while later, the chicken and egg rice is ready and Churio comes to serve it. Yuma says that the meat pieces are a bit too big, but Churio says that the tave is said to have bite-sized ingredients which are thought as T-Rex portions. Churio says that he does not have to eat it if he does not like it, but Yuma thanks her for the meal and starts to eat. As Yuma takes the first bite, he likes it a bit. Churio watches in amazement and Yuma tells her that he loves it and that it's tasty. Churio feels embarrassed and says that he must finish it all as she is flustered and feels super shy. Churio meets Yuma and growls at him. She questions him if he is breaking the promise he made with her. Early in the morning, she had asked him to play some ball games with him, to which he had said he would play after class. Yuma recalls it as he was half asleep at the time. Meanwhile, his friend looks at Churio thinking that this is the Dino girl that he talks about. Yuma apologizes and tells Churio that he already had plans to study with his friend, to which Churio yells at him and says that she had been waiting all day for him. His friend takes the opportunity to leave while Yuma tries to stop, saying that he needs help with the study material. Churio is mad as hell and wants to devour him. Yuma says that she is just confused since she is meeting his friend for the first time and introduced his friend to her. He says that he is Numa, but before he could finish, Churio uses her tail to throw the ball and it lands right on Numa's face. Yuma is a bit shocked. He dodges his injuries by saying that Churio is trying to break the ice this way. Numa, with a bleeding nose, thinks it was clear warning. They enter Yuma's home and he tells Numa to be comfortable and get warm, but he is confused since he sees that the only warm blanket has been taken by Churio. He tries to look underneath and finds Churio growling at him. As Yuma brings in the tea, he tells Numa to use the blanket, but he tells Yuma that if he has not noticed his man eating, Dino Girl is under there. Later on, Yuma leaves to use the restroom and jokingly says to Churio that not to eat his friend while he is away, which shocks Numa. Numa casually calls it a joke while Churio looks at him saying that it sounded like an imitation. Numa grabs a meat bun and Churio asks what he is doing. Numa offers her the bun, saying that she must be hungry since she needs food as well. Churio asks Numa if he is bribing her with food, which makes Numa a bit scared, thinking that he might get eaten. Churio tells him with her grinding teeth that such a small bun could never fill her up. As she is saying this, Numa can't help but realize that she is drooling while saying all this. As Numa and Yuma study and look over assignments, Churio is listening to them and cannot understand a thing. She sits in a corner playing with the ball. Later on, Yuma calls Churio, saying that he has made a cup of tea for her as well, and that she should sit with them, which makes Churio a bit shy, and she hesitates while whacking her tail. She grabs her own tail to stop it from moving around since she was shy and goes over. Numa asks if she cannot control her own tail. She tells Yuma that she is here and cannot drink since her hands are full. Later, Churio views on the textbooks and Yuma asks if she can read them. She sets them down and it turns out that those were pictures books for kids. Numa tells Yuma that those books are for kids, and if she finds out, she will super pissed. Yuma points at Churio and tells her that she won't mind and that she is in her own cute world, to which Numa agrees. Churio, meanwhile, stacks the books and makes a small house. Soon after, Numa is about to leave, so Yuma and Churio see him off, but just then Churio grabs Numa using her tail and brings him close. She hugs him and apologizes for hitting him in the face. Numa feels scared as he thinks he might still get eaten. During all this, Yuma is broken and shocked seeing this unfold in front of him. Numa leaves thinking that he did not know T-Rexes are so friendly. The next day, Yuma grabs Numa's face and tries to suffocate him as he was super jealous of how Churio and Numa got along yesterday. One day, as Churio is shopping, she sees Shima and asks if he is here for the sale as well. He tells her that he came to run some errands for Yuma and then notices Trika and tells her that it's been a while, but Trika does not recognize him. Shima reminds him that they met during Christmas, and then Trika remembers. She is surprised that he knows Yuma and Churio as well. Shima notices that Trika is wearing the necklace that he got her. Even Trika admires it. She tells him that this necklace is special to her out of all the necklaces. This makes Shima and excited since she loves her gifts so much. Shima is so happy that he pukes as Churio helps him, but Trika thinks to herself that this is the same necklace she asks all her suitors to buy her. Trika notices that her nail tips are gone and checks to see if she forgot them. She persuades Shima into going and getting her tips and shows him all the shops she had been in. Shima is a bit skeptical since he has to search in 63 stores. Churio thinks that this will be a pain for him, but he leaves saying that he will find them. Just a few moments later, Trika reveals that the tips were in her pocket all along, which shocks Churio, who could not believe what she did. Somewhat later, Shima returns out of breath. Trika asks if she had found them or not. Even Churio was sad to see him in such conditions. Trika tells him that they should rest for a bit, so they head to a food court. Shima is exhausted, so Trika calls him and offers him some water since she was sad for making him run around the mall. Shima says that she does not have to worry and is glad to see she cares about him. Trika is happy seeing that Shima is happy after having the water, but Churio says he isn't a flower who will be fine after a sip of water. Shima then tells them that he bought some crepes for the both of them and gives them theirs, to which they both thank him. Trika accidentally gets some cream on her dress while Churio's face is covered in cream, so Shima offers his towel to Trika. Later she says that her chair is dirty and Shima offers her to sit on her jacket since he is head over heels for her. Trika excuses herself since she needed to make a quick call while Shima watched her stuff. Churio takes the time alone with him to ask if he really liked her. Shima blushes and screams that how did she know? Trika returns after a while and tells that she was on the call with an ex-terminator, which surprised Churio. She tells her that her place had mice, so she called an exterminator. Trika laughs and says that she is scared of small mice, to which Shima says that a lady like her is delicate and should be afraid. Trika adds that if she was brave like Churio, she would get rid of them. Churio says that she is afraid of mice as well, which shocks Shima, as he did not know that she was afraid for something so small. Churio then adds that she ate one and it did not end well and recommend not eating them with a dead serious face. Later, Trika asks Shima for his number and suggests that they should hang out more often. She even gives him a feather from her wings as a memory. Shima cannot believe it and decides to treasure this feather for eternity. He isolates it in a box at home, but then thinks that a pretty feather like this should be kept in front of all eyes. One day, when Yuma arrives at his home to get the errand that he told Shima, he notices a black feather in a frame. As Shima returns, he sees Yuma standing by the frame. Yuma thinks that he maybe had a pet bird which must have died and asks Shima if he is alright these days, but Shima, who has no clue, says that he is all good. That's all for now. Make sure to like and comment for a part 2.